All right, and welcome back. Hope that worksheet was informative for you. Now, from here on out, we get into the more rigorous fact-finding information. Now, some of these tactics may be controversial, so make sure to refer to your vocab guidelines whenever describing how you retrieve this information to anybody in the media. Now, as you can see behind me, I do have several tools that we do use in some of our rigorous fact-finding activities. Things from simple blades to blunt hammers to little pieces of wire that we call a garrote. Now, a key to any good interrogation is to make sure to instill fear for one's life, one's sanity, and one's well-being. The three-pronged fear. Now, another thing is to make sure you don't go too far. Now, there have been instances where agents have gotten a bit of the bloodlust, gone too far, and then no information could be retrieved. Now, to avoid such situations, if the person is being particularly stubborn when coming up with information, you can always use threats against their friends, family, loved ones. It doesn't really matter. As long as you get the information and we keep America alive and ticking, it's all good. Your instructor will, of course, go over the finer points when using some of these fine appliances that are behind me, but I did want to go ahead and go over a couple of my favorites with you right now. Now, as you can see right here, we have just a single piece of wire with two loops on the end. We like to call this a garrote. Now, what you do is you make sure with those loops you jam them around your fingers nice and tight. That way you get a good grip on it, and it doesn't slip out of your hands when you get all sweaty from the excitement. You put that around the person's neck, you pull on back, and boy do they start to kick. It's such a good time, I tell you what. You don't want to go too far. When they start kicking about once every minute or so, that's a good time to stop off. Otherwise, you just pacified any information that you would be getting from that individual. Now, another one of my favorite tools is just a simple blade. Strikes immediate fear into the person as soon as they see the light shining off that sharp edge. I know it makes me excited just thinking about it. Now, a good way to get use out of a blade is to work it just under the skin, just so they feel it, but not enough to do any damage to any essential cables or gangways. Your instructors will, of course, go over everything I've talked about here, as well as many more intimate details. You'll never forget your first one, and there'll be plenty more after that. Once again, this has been Uncle Secret Agent, letting you know just what you're doing here in the CIA. You can always contact me through our website at www.unclesecretagent.com, where I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks again for joining the CIA, and you have fun out there.